The Nintendo Switch.
Why? Why?
Where do I begin? So, the Nintendo Switch is out, and if you're lucky enough to get one, I'm not sure if they're in like high demand or whatever. I have heard of some people having trouble. Is out. Anyways, my cousin got one, and he brought it over, and I played it. We played 2 games, Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and we played 1-2 Switch. I'd already heard bad things about 1-2 Switch, and I'd heard excellent things about Zelda. Now, I'll tell you, I'm not much of a Zelda player. Not much of one at all. The original one, okay, I remember the music, remember playing it, but after that, I don't know, it's just not my kind of game, I guess. I don't like the linearness of, like, let's say the other ones, or they might not be. I don't know, it just never seemed to captivate me to want to play one. But I did play Breath of the Wild, and lo and behold, that is a great game. I mean, bravo, Nintendo. It was like Skyrim / Morrowind / any Elder Scrolls game or open-ended adventure game meets The Legend of Zelda. And it was great. I mean, that is a really fun game. 1-2 Switch sucked ass. It did. Here's the thing, though, I don't understand. Why is everyone flipping their shit about the Nintendo Switch? I don't get it. I held the thing in my hands. My first impression and my only impression, it feels like a cheap piece of junk. It really does. The Joy-Cons feel horrible. I mean, they are so plastic feeling. And the little controller you slide them into, I feel like I'm going to break it with mere thought. The tablet is super light, and I'm sure that's what they want because they want you carrying the thing around. But at the same time, what were they thinking? It's so light. Why would they do that? And so I tried it both ways, like in my hands, on my TV, and the dock seemed like obviously just a piece of plastic to put it in. It wasn't like a Wiimote. You know, the Wiimote, that had some heft to it. It felt good in your hands. Well constructed. This does not feel well constructed. And I have another fear about the Switch. Number one, it's geared toward kind of like a hybrid, you know, hybrid console / portable. But let's face it, it really is a tablet. It's a tablet computer. And the problem with that is, though, it's not priced like a tablet computer. Maybe a super high-end one. But I think it's out of date on arrival. I really do. Whatever chipset it's using from NVIDIA, I've heard different, things, Tegra X2, whatever. It's just going to be a year and they'll have the Tegra X3 or X4 out. That's my only fear. Are they going to have to update this thing in a year? Are they going to keep with the outdated specs like always and run into the same thing? Or I just don't know what they're going to do. So am I being hard on the Switch? No, I don't think I am. I haven't said anything bad about the good games that are on it. Like when I'm recording this, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has just come out. And Mario Kart 8 was a lot of fun on the Wii U. And I'm sure the Deluxe is great on the Switch. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a great game. Wow, is it great. And I'm hoping, based on the way that the Mario footage looked from the trailer, I'm hoping that that too is going to be a great game. And I'm pretty sure it is. But I'm talking about the actual hardware, the console itself. And we all know Nintendo can make some great games. They make some horrible business decisions, but they can make some great games. That's not the issue. You could throw Breath of the Wild on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and I'm sure it would be just as good on those. I know it would be. I'm talking about the actual console. Nintendo is not anymore a good console maker. I believe that 100%. Because if they were, they would be back as number one. They haven't been number one in a very long time, folks. I'm telling you. I mean, look what the Sega Genesis did. It gave them a run for their money. The Sega Genesis for a while, and I'm not even sure the statistic, might have outsold the Super NES. or it was right there, neck and neck. The Super NES was doggedly slow. Nintendo has all these horrible requirements for third-party publishers. They want too much control over things. And as you know, look what the Wii U did without third-party publishers. They have literally killed themselves by doing that. Yeah, I know they've got all this money and stuff in the bank. And I'm not talking about Nintendo going out of business. That's not going to happen. They're too smart for that. They're just too dumb at making consoles. They need to make something powerful if they want to compete in that field. Maybe they don't. Maybe this is part of their plan. They want to be a different style of company, and that's fine if they do. But they need to announce that. Because right now, like I said, I believe the Switch is out of date on arrival. It is already past its prime the moment you take it out of the box. The moment it was put in the box, it was already out of date. Because it's based, okay, my problem with it is using mobile parts, tablets, smartphone type of things, that is not priced like a mobile part. The problem is, though, is that unlike a mobile part, people get a new cell phone like, what, every 2 years in America here? They don't get a new game console every 2 years. People expect them to last a lot longer. Sometimes, you know, in their prime, about 10 years, I think is what Sony was going for with their PlayStation consoles. You know, 10 years, you buy this thing, and 10 years later, you will get a new game for it. And, you know, it'll be at the end of its life, but it's still got a new game coming out. I mean, look at, like, Grand Theft Auto 5, for a better example. So what I'm trying to say is the problem that I see with the Switch, though, is in 2 years, is it going to be completely out of date? Is Ubisoft going to say, you know what, we're not going to make a game that, you know, is going to look phenomenal on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, but we have to bring it down here to work on the Switch, so everybody's getting this level. No, we're just not going to put it on the Switch because we want this game to look a certain way, to do a certain thing that, quite frankly, I don't think the Switch can do. Believe me, it looks great right now, and it is cool for what it is. But it's basically an Android tablet with a Bluetooth controller stuck on the side of it. I mean, come on, guys. So, that's just my personal opinions on the Switch. I like the concept. I think it's a pretty darn cool concept. But I don't see it, you know, between its build quality feeling so cheap, and between the idea of it going to be out of date soon, I just don't see myself getting one. I definitely don't want one. I've informed my wife, I'm like, you know, it hurts me to say that I think they messed up with it. All right, guys. As always, thank you for watching this. Please rate, comment, and subscribe on this video. The channel is got a... It's like a phoenix has hit the channel, and it's going to be great. Believe me, we got a lot of great stuff coming down the pipe, and some very big announcements coming soon. Might have already made it by the time this gets posted, but I'm pretty sure that the announcements will be made after. It's just so exciting what's going on. I feel a new zeal to do content creation again about everything, and it's so good to be back and doing this. So please rate, comment, and subscribe. Get your friends to watch this. Please put the word out. We're not back, you know, for 5 or 6 days, 5, 6 weeks. We're back for good, and it's going to be great. Trust me. All right. As always, good gaming, everybody.